When you know, I turned on the camera and all of a sudden I'm burning up. A little hot flash to get us started. Yay, 48! Whew. Okay, I can make it. I can do this. I can do this. Let's talk about these ginger snap date treats. Oh man. Okay, this is just version 1. I'm going to say it right up front. This is not the finished recipe. This recipe is just almost there. It needs a couple of things, I think, before I'm going to call it perfect. But I want to throw it out to you right now, and I want you to make it just like I've made it here in this video, and then I want you to bring something to the table. Bring something to this recipe that will send it over the top. And then when you think you've got it like, mwah, I want you to send it back to me. And then I want to make it and see and compare, and let's see if we can't work our way towards the most awesome ginger snap date treat that has ever been consumed. Doesn't that sound like fun? I just want to thank the ladies that helped me come up with this idea to share the recipe development with y'all and just make it public. I was thinking of keeping it to myself, but then we got to talking. These ladies, look here, look what I did. Look. These are just a small portion of the wonderful women, a small percentage of the wonderful women that hang out with me every Tuesday and Thursday night through Hang With. Look, don't wait. They don't have any clothes on. Don't look. That's kind of, here, let's just look at their heads. I made these little puppets. Look, they're fan puppets. There's Sarah. Oh, she's so cute. And there's Denise. And there's Daisy. Aren't they cool? We get together on Hang With every Tuesday and Thursday night. There's Vanessa. At 7 o'clock Central Time. And we talk about food and recipes and living the plant-based life and family and husbands and all that jazz. And if you ever want to get in on it, it's a lot of fun. Go over to hangwith.com/user/Jill McKeever. I'm right there. Go sign up and register. You can participate through your smartphone or you can do it through your desktop. Pretty cool. Anyways, we have a lot of fun, so you should come check that out. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about these ginger snap date treats. I want to say date balls, but then it just sounds rude. I don't know why. The inner child just snickers every time I say date balls. Let me show you the ingredients first. We've got some mid-jewel dates, some organic molasses, some crystallized ginger that you can find in the bulk section of the natural aisle of your grocery store, hopefully. Ground cloves, ground Vietnamese cinnamon, some Ancho chili powder, rolled oats, and then you don't see it here yet, but there'll be lemon juice and water in our future. Okay, and then I'm going to use the food processor to process everything. All right, so the first thing I did was pit 12 dates. Now, just real quick, on that crystallized ginger, you can, I have found that at the Foodie Mart in the bulk section. I'm lucky enough that my local grocer has a natural food aisle and it's sold there. I've seen it sold in the bags. So, and you can find, I think it's a pretty common item these days. I keep it on hand all the time. It's great for upset tummies and heartburn and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so on those dates, you saw I just blended those dates until they were kind of a paste, just to get them all broken down. I added 1 teaspoon of molasses to start. Is that all yeah, I did 1 teaspoon here. At first, I'm going to tell you, it's going to smell really strong of molasses when you're at the beginning, but the next day, and when you take a bite of it the next day, that 1 teaspoon of molasses is not very strong. And then I added 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and then this is about a 1-inch chunk of ginger. There's my Vietnamese cinnamon. I started out with a half a teaspoon. Now I'm walking it in here. I turn it on the camera and I'm just walking this recipe through, trying to figure it out right in front of you. That was a 1/8 teaspoon of cloves and a pinch, just a pinch of Ancho chili powder. And then I'm just going to work that and blend it as best I can. I have to say that the one drawback to working with this recipe was I started out with such a small amount and my processor bowl is so big, so I had to do a lot of stopping and scraping during this process, and it was really annoying. It was very annoying. Wish I'd had like a smaller bowl. And I didn't want to go too big because I thought, what if I make a big glob of ugh? I don't want to have a big bunch of glop in there. Okay, so I tasted it and I thought it needs more ginger. It needs more bite. So I added 2 more chunks, another 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves. So now we're up to a 4th teaspoon, another half teaspoon of cinnamon. This is water, even though it looks weird. It's just the measuring spoon with molasses was in the water too, so that's why it looks weird. How much did I add? 1 tablespoon, and then I went another tablespoon of lemon juice, and that's lemon juice from concentrate. Blend some more. Where am I? Scrape the sides because there's just a little bit. This was so annoying. That spatula was annoying. Oh my gosh, that spatula was not the spatula for this job. It was way too soft. I couldn't actually get it to work for me. Too floppy. Went and got another one. There we go. Got my workhorse out. Got a nice stiff spatula. The dough is so thick. The first time I made these, I got the date paste really loose with too much water, and so I had to really make up for it in rolled oats. So I'm trying not to make that mistake again, which is causing me to deal with this really thick date paste. Yeah, I want to lick my fingers so bad right there. Oh, I did right there. Whatever, it's mine. My house. I'm not serving these to anybody. I can lick my fingers. You know you're going to do it too. Okay, what did I do? I think I added a little more liquid. I'll tell you what I ultimately do at the end. Okay, scraped, blended, scraped, some more. I'm looking for those that crystallized ginger. It kept getting caught on the side and it wouldn't break down. So I kept having to scrape and blend and scrape and blend until I knew the ginger was thoroughly processed. Then I moved on. Okay, here we've got 1 cup of rolled oats. And then I started blending again and scraping and blending. All we have to do is scrape it and blend it and scrape it and add some more water. Then scrape it and blend it. Gonna get those treats made. Yeah, yeah. All we gotta do is scrape it and blend it and scrape it and blend it. Oh yeah, scrape it and blend it to make those treats. I don't know what I'm doing because I'm winging it. Okay, I finally got it to where I thought it would work. Nice and doughy, got a nice sticky consistency here. Look at there. A little dough, look, it just rolls right up. It doesn't make a big mess. I'm in good shape. Now it's time to dole these things out. I used my 1-inch cookie scoop. And they're pretty loose. All that processing warmed everything up, so I felt like, I didn't like eating them at room temperature, so I decided I would just make them all in a bunch of little balls, and then I'd throw them up in the freezer and let them kind of solidify a little bit. Of course, they never really got solid. They stayed gooey because the ratio of rolled oats to date paste was off. I had more date paste, so this was really a soft date treat. I think it needs more body. I think that the next version needs to have more rolled oats in it for sure. But maybe what I'd like to do, look at there, look at them. They're pretty. They're delicious. Charlie and I had no problem eating these. Don't get me wrong. If you want to just make what I've made right here and stop and never do anything beyond this, you are not going to be disappointed. Trust me on that, Mark. We had no problem eating these up. But if you'd like to go a little farther, then stay with me, okay? All right. So like I was saying, the date ball at this point needs a little more body, in my opinion. And I'm thinking that the next version, I want to take, maybe add an extra half cup of rolled oats, but first process them down a little bit. Get them all chopped up, not into a flour, but get them chopped up kind of like the size of quick oats. You know what I'm talking about? Just like all the oats kind of cut in half. And then turn that into the date paste. The second thing that needs to happen is it needs to have more heat. So there's a nice heat coming off the ginger. The 4 pieces, the 4 1-inch cubes of ginger is perfect. But there needs to be a ginger snap. There needs to be another layer of heat. And that's where I was trying to get it with the Ancho chili powder, but I was wimpy in this version, and I went too light. 1/8 or a pinch of Ancho chili powder is not enough. I need to go maybe a 1/4 teaspoon, maybe a little bolder than that. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to figure that out together. And I chose Ancho chili powder because, well, it's what I had on hand, and it's the sweetest chili powder that I have. I like using it on my sweet potatoes. It goes well with, you know, the sweetness of a sweet potato. And since I was doing a ginger snap date treat, I thought, well, that kind of heat might be a good balance with the sweetness of this treat. You follow me? Okay, so, but if you have a different kind of chili powder that's sweeter that would complement these treats, then by all means use it and let me know how it turns out, and then maybe I'll play with that one. I'll go find it and use it next time. What else? So heat. Now let's talk about, just give me a few more minutes of your time. Let's talk about the original spices that are on a ginger snap bag, okay? On the traditional, I forget what it's the ginger snaps that I like most are the ones that have been around forever. They come in the brown bag and they say old-fashioned ginger snaps on them or something. They only cost about $2 a bag. I think they're made by Stouffer's. But anyways, they're just, you know, they're always at the top shelf. They don't get any glory, but they're a good cookie, and they're great for making, you know, pie crusts and stuff like that. And as far as I know, they're vegan. I remember looking at the ingredients on the bag, and there was no milk or eggs or anything in there. There's wheat, but that's it. So anyway, so let's talk about the spices that I read on the bag. It said sugar, molasses, ginger, salt, cinnamon, cloves, chili powder, red pepper. Okay, that's it. So what I tried to do was this. Okay, so ultimately, here's what I ultimately added to this version. Okay, you ready? 12 dates, 1 teaspoon of molasses, which I think I said this already, but at first it comes across real strong. You can smell it in the date balls at first, but the next day or even that night, it doesn't come through very strong to the mouth, to the taste. So I think we should increase the molasses as well. Okay. The next thing is I end up putting 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of lemon juice from concentrate. I don't think that makes any difference. That's just what I had on hand. Keeping it real. Okay, and then what did I say? Okay, so we did 4 cubes of crystallized sugar. Sorry, didn't mean to slur. 1 teaspoon of ground Vietnamese cinnamon. That's my favorite. If you have regular cinnamon, that's fine. No biggie. A 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. The pinch of Ancho chili powder. That needs to be upped. And then how many tablespoons of water? 1, 2, 3. 3 tablespoons of water. 1 cup rolled oats. And then at the end, we got, with this recipe, it made 16 ginger snap date treats. Okay, now I will write this down and post the ingredients in the show more section or the video description below this video. Okay, so and I'll post it in the comment section as well. So it'll be in two places there, and then you can look it over and copy and paste it and print it off and work from it from there. Does that sound good? Okay, I'm looking forward to you helping me make them better and making them awesome. I think it'd be awesome. And I would love to put these in my next cookbook. Wouldn't that be cool? And it'll be all creds to the audience. Wouldn't that be fun? All right, I'm gonna let y'all go and go to the store, get your ingredients, make these, and then come back and let's talk about them. All right, I love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.